traumas that prepared me for life. Something that a book, something that a school could never have taught me. Life taught me.
I wake up 5:30, thank God I'm still alive. Start seeing flashing lights, I guess it's time to shine. It's time to start my day. First thing I do is pray. He says you make a way, just know you'll be
your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Fame. Come on, man. You got to time that a little bit better.
What do you mean? You had a timer counting down for you.
My man Brad Gilmore here with me. As always, we get ready to do this thing, man. We're in the highs, man. We're in the reality of wrestling arena, as well as better known as the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena. We get ready to do this thing because we got a big show going down. Pay up, pay back, whatever it's going to be, but it's going to be, I'm just playing. It's going to be good going down this Saturday night in the main event. Kenny King versus, you know him. What's his name?
Well, his name is Matt Cardona, the king of the Indies, king of the death match.
The king. That's what we said. That's the way we said. The king of the Indies will be inside the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena, and I cannot wait. It's going to be a huge night for us because it will be the biggest event in this arena. That's the thing. Last month was the biggest.
Yeah, the month before that.
The month before, it was
the month before that.
Now this month it's going to be bigger than that. I'm sitting here looking at it, man. I wish you guys could see the scene I'm looking at right now. I mean, this setting right here, and the seats across from me right now, man, it's amazing. This is something special. It really is something special. You guys got to definitely get down here. We right here at 9300 Emmett F. Lowry Expressway right here in Texas City. If you're anywhere in the Houston surrounding area, you guys got to get down here and check this place out, man, because it's a monster, baby. If you want to rent it, for, some MMA, boxing, something like that.
Any kind of event,
Any kind of event. I mean, quinceañera, whatever. We got you little small concerts, whatever, local guys trying to get on. We got you covered. Go to realitywrestling.com, guys. And you know what? We got to put more pictures up. We got to get some pictures.
We got to
get more pictures up. We got to get a photographer in here and make sure they get everything up online on the internet. Oh yeah, man. But how you feel, man? How you feel? I'm jacked. I'm geeked right now. I took one of those energizers. Every time I take one of those energizers, man, I just start freaking bouncing off the wall.
Man, if your age, you got to worry about your heart and all that caffeine. Got to worry about your heart.
No, you read it. It didn't have any caffeine, remember?
Oh yeah, what was in it?
It had a lot of stuff in it, but it didn't have any caffeine.
True.
Remember
it wasn't
that,
a caffeine boost. You're right. I don't know. I'm feeling good. You know what? I finally got enough sleep after post WrestleMania.
Get your Energizer in you. You won't even need any sleep.
I got something in my cup. I can't tell you what's in my cup.
I thought that was one of those that is one of those Stanleys, right?
It is a Stanley. Yeah.
I mean, those things was going crazy for a minute. I mean, on the news, people was standing in line, people were stealing them. People were
what?
Yeah, it was a craze. It was a big craze. People were selling them out of the back of the trunks. You know, I mean,
Oh.
for like $300.
I did not know that.
Yeah, the big ones though, not
Yeah,
that one.
this
I
was
mean,
like
the
a
big
regular
one.
size.
Yeah, and it was nuts. I mean, it was like the Beanie Babies from back in the day.
I remember the Beanie
You know what I'm saying? But people are nuts. But a bunch of white folks. Stanley Cup. Ain't too many brothers, messing around near that ice. It's just serious. I'm just keeping it real.
I mean, a Stanley Cup is the highest prize in hockey, and hockey is a predominantly Caucasian sport,
exactly
right?
my point. Exactly my point. But you feel me? You feel me? Stanley Cup. I'm just saying, man. It's the Energizer. Blame the damn Energizer.
Something's going on. I think there's more than an Energizer in that cup. I don't know what's going on. Should you be driving right now?
This is a smoothie. What are you talking about?
If I get that lab tested, is that just going to come back with fruits and vegetables? I don't think so.
That's all it is. I mean, pineapple, strawberry. That's it.
Who made the smoothie?
I made it. I made it myself. I put protein. There's a protein powder. Guys, I gotta get the gym and work on these guns, man. I got a big show coming up here in the real near future, man. So as well as I'm thinking about one more match. Okay,
what?
I'm thinking about one more match. And hey, don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that.
Well, I gotta look at you like that. That can change a lot for us. You know what I mean?
No, but I'm thinking about perhaps doing something in reality wrestling one more time. You know, I mean, I'm getting the itch. I'm getting the bug again. I must say.
What we thinking? You know what? Iron Man match, 2 out of 3 falls. Cage.
None of that. Nothing that.
Table ladders, chairs.
10 man tag.
If Booker could do a 20-man tag, he would. Who was it? Butch Reed?
Yeah. Butch say, once he got her, he said, I'm done. He tagged it one time. That's all he did. One time in the Global Wrestling Federation, man. One of the highlights of my career, man. Exile Butch Reed.
I wanted to ask you, because I saw a few pictures flown around from the Hall of Fame. I saw that you were kicking it with Kurt Angle and Ken Shamrock.
Yeah.
Man. How was it to see Ken? I don't know when the last time you saw Ken Shamrock.
It's been a long time since I've seen Ken.
He looked good.
The most dangerous man alive. You know, no man, it was cool, man. I was glad to see Ken back in the fold because for some reason he didn't get the love I felt like he should have gotten because he was a part of that Attitude Era. He was a big part of the business at that point in time, as well as being one of the guys who had transitioned from MMA to professional wrestling, even before he did the stuff with WWE. So he was a guy. I always say when you got a guy who loves the sport, you let him in. You let him in. Just like Bad Bunny, he loved the sport. Let him in. So I'm not opposed to guys like that. So man, beautiful team.
Yeah. So he was all good. Did y'all chop it up about anything?
We ain't chop it up a whole lot, but we just was. It was just good to see each other. It was one of those things where we talked for a minute. We didn't get into any MMA talk or any really real wrestling talk or anything like that. It was just, what's going on, man? It's good to see you back in the fold and, stuff like that. Hopefully you get a chance to, get that Hall of Fame ring, one of those type of things, but nah, man.
And then I saw you were with Dallas Page.
You know what, man? It was crazy. Like I say, that's the best part of WrestleMania for me. It's a lot of work. But I find myself, with the boys, and what I find is myself laughing the whole time. We just laughing, And I went to WrestleCon. I was getting ready to walk in the front door of the hotel, and boom, a freaking SUV pulls up, and it's Boogeyman and Godfather, and Boogeyman is in full cloak. Everything. Yeah, exactly. And I'm laughing like crazy. So for me, man, that's the best time of the year, and the hardest time of the year at the same time, because we get a chance to fellowship, and that's I think the best part about the business. You don't really miss a whole lot other than, the camaraderies and the locker room, banter, but, it was great. It was great seeing those guys, man. Kurt Angle looked great, too. I must say that. Kurt Angle looked great. He actually looked like he was, ready to get ready to have another match as well.
Thinking about it.
Kurt and I, we never got a chance to finish, the story. So, what could it be? Would it be Kurt Angle versus Booker T? Oh, that was a hell of a little rap. That was a hell of a little rap there. It's crazy, man. The Energizers.
He's got this. You got to calm down. Take some deep breaths. All right. You need to practice your yoga breathing right now. No, it was cool though, because Dallas is one of those guys who he's so positive. Everyone always talks about it, and I had missed him, but apparently Dallas Page came up to the press box during WrestleMania just to hang out and watch the show there with our friend Chris Van Vliet for a moment, and he just seems like he's still going. I think he just turned 68 years old, man. Dallas Page, and we haven't had Dallas on the show in a while. We got to get Dallas back on the show.
Tell you what, I'll call him and see if we get him on next week.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to him and see how everything he's working on and doing. He's always up to something.
Well,
is Diamond Dallas Page.
I definitely want to talk to him about the transformation that he was a part of with Scotty Riggs.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that was a hell of a transformation, man. And big ups to Scotty Riggs for, going through the transition as well and coming all the way back. Being in a position where he didn't even want to be here at one point, and now to see the life in Scotty Riggs' eyes is great, because my brother and I and Bagwell and Riggs, man, we had a lot of great matches, man. We had a lot of good times on the road, man, a lot of good times. And Scotty Riggs and I, we share the same birthday, March 1st.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
That's why
I feel a kinship.
Yeah, I'm serious. That's why I'm just so glad to see Scotty Riggs back on his feet and doing well, man. And he's out there doing indies and signings. And I think that's the beauty of this business, man, is the fans, man. They never really let us down. They always stick with us and fuel us through those moments. So big ups to Scotty Riggs, but more importantly, big up to Dallas Page for having that space down there for those guys to actually be able to make that comeback. I say sometimes, with young people, all they need is a pat on the back. And, with people in general, sometimes all they need is someone to reach that hand out and say, man, let me help you out. And Dallas is that guy, man. He's definitely been that guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, so we'll catch up with Dallas Page and everything. There's a lot that happened post-WrestleMania I want to talk to you about. WrestleMania's Raw after WrestleMania. NXT, a lot of stuff happened. We're going to see some stuff later on in the week, even from AEW. So there's a lot percolating that I think that the people want to hear what the king.
They're going to drop the tape, man.
They're going to drop the tape.
They're getting ready to drop the tape. You feel me? I'm talking about this like Watergate. But you young people, deflate gate. Stick around, Hey, we'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker? And this episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about sex. Hey, you remember when you was always ready to go? I'm talking about strapping the rocket on it, man. Going straight to the moon. I'm talking about getting it done. If you want that extra confidence, I got something for you. Listen up. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but in a chewable tablet at the fraction of the cost.
But the great thing, Book, is you can take it any time, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
The best part, guys, it's all done online on the internet. So there's no doctor's visit, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy or any of that.
And the thing is, Book, Blue Chew's tablets, they're made right here in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package, so no one is the wiser.
Let's just get it out there, guys. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. It's like this. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew absolutely free when you use promo code Booker at your checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping, man. That's BlueChew.com. Use promo code Booker to receive your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And, we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast. Chew it and do it. Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, along with my man Brad Gilmore. We just talking it up, just chopping it up. I know Brad want to talk about the fallout,
Yes.
from WrestleMania. What went down perhaps on Monday Night Raw, perhaps what went down on NXT. Oh yes, and everything in between. What you want to talk about?
A few things I want to hint at. Okay, because the show started off with Cody Rhodes out there had an interaction. The new WWE champion, by the way.
Oh yes.
And I read somewhere online that they're no longer calling it the Universal Championship, and that they did that in honor of Roman's reign. To honor, they're saying we're retiring that Universal name. To almost pay homage to the almost 4-year reign of Roman Reigns, 3.5 years at that, which is cool if that was the reason for it.
Okay.
But this is what I wanted to ask you. Did you see? I don't know if you got to see Rock and Cody's interaction. Did you see it?
I did.
Okay. What did The Rock hand Cody at the end of the promo? At the end of the promo, he says, "I have something for you." He reaches in his pocket, he covers it up, he hands it to Cody, and he tells Cody, "You don't even need to open your hand. You know what it is." And then he said, "Don't ever break my heart again." It was a very Godfather, Fredo and Michael Corleone type moment, and Cody sold it with his eyes. So you've been in this game.
No,
forever.
I don't know.
No, don't say that. You've been in this game forever.
I don't know.
Look, I know you
Look,
know.
man, I don't try to write the stories or get behind the scenes or anything.
But what do you think that means?
I don't know.
Well, this is what we're here to talk about it. Like, what I want the chat weigh in. What do you think Rock put in Cody's hand?
What they think, man, because I don't know what the hell he put in his hand. Did you see it?
No one could
I
see
didn't
it.
see it either. What do you think?
But why would he break his heart again? How could he have broken his heart?
Maybe this go way back.
Goes way back.
To and the thing is, if you just stick around long enough, it'll pay off. You'll figure out why.
Well, we will find out eventually, but we have a couple of guesses from the chat.
Okay.
This is from Franklin Goodwin, who says it was a blue chew. And then John JID says it was a blue chew.
I haven't had the blue chew, especially not this early.
No. They're saying The Rock put a blue chew in Cody's hand.
Okay. I thought they were talking about me. Okay.
I was like, you did look a little taller.
Right.
I don't think that was it. Someone said it was MJF's ring. I don't know what it could have been, but it was a cliffhanger. It was a hell of a cliffhanger.
I don't know what it could have been, really. And for me, I know it's going to pay off sooner or later. So I'm going to stick around. I'm going to stick around and wait on the payoff. And then I go, oh, man, that's pretty cool. So, guys, don't try to, but
this is the fun of the story.
But the thing is, you don't want to get try to get too in front of the story.
No. But we're giving what they gave us. You know what I mean? So that's what that's for. How did he break his heart? Why did Cody break his heart? What did he put in Cody's hand? It's the story. It's the drama. It's hey. It's the Shakespeare.
I get it.
The Romeo and Juliet.
I get it. But I don't know what the hell it was.
Phantom of the Opera. Well, thank you for your Hall of Fame analysis. Really appreciate it. We have I don't know if anybody else has. So the John JID said it's small enough to fit in his hand. It could be anything. Could be a ring. It could be a watch. It could be a note. There could be all kinds of stuff. I don't know what it meant. But we were trying to figure out exactly what it is. So we'll find out later down the road. But really what I wanted to ask you from Raw was we definitely had NXT presence all over the Raw after WrestleMania. Yeah. Ilya Dragunov was on there and he faced Shinsuke Nakamura, if memory serves me correct. And then you had Roxanne Perez in a victorious fashion against Indy Hartwell on Monday Night Raw. How was it? That was her Monday Night Raw debut. She'd been on SmackDown before. She'd been on the Royal Rumble, I think, twice. This was her Raw debut. Did you get to talk to Roxanne at all post Monday Night Raw?
I didn't. I talked to her at NXT, of course, and she did some great work at NXT this week. But after Raw, I didn't. But I was definitely proud of her, because she's stepping up, man. She's definitely coming to her own. Seems like she's so mature for just to be 22 years old in this game, understanding the Shakespeare. We're just talking about the Shakespeare of it, and transitioning from babyface to heel, and doing it like, flawless, man. It's just been flawless, the transition. And she's like grown like leaps and bounds and just like boom, like that. So I'm really so proud of Roxanne Perez right now more than anything, man. She is representing reality of wrestling to that kid named Chevalier used to say, to the utmost, baby.
That's what I was waiting on.
Yeah, man.
No, I thought it was awesome for me to see her on Monday Night Raw and representing Raw after WrestleMania, which is, by the way, I think it was the highest rated Raw in several months. I believe I read. Had 3+ million viewers at one point during the show.
What?
Highest demos.
Did you say 3 million?
Yeah, 3+.
Wow. Yeah.
3+ at one point.
Okay.
What'd you just put your gloves on there for? What are you about to do?
Don't worry about me.
What are you about to do?
Don't worry about
Is that
me.
mic getting
Don't
heavier or
worry
something?
Don't worry about me.
What the hell are you doing?
Don't worry about me, man.
Look, I have a question though.
Uh-huh.
And Roxanne, and this isn't just about Roxanne. Roxanne's doing great work, but I have a question for you because you've been a good guy. You've been a less than a good guy at times.
Mm-hmm.
Why, when you're a heel, why do all the heels hate when the referee raises their hand? I've noticed every heel, the ref goes to raise the hand. Don't raise my hand. Don't touch me.
It's not that.
What's the psychology
Sometimes
there?
you're just in the zone. You don't want to be touched.
You don't want to be touched.
You don't want to be touched. You did this. The match is over with. And I just did exactly what I came here to do. Put that sucker down. And you know what I mean? So ref touch you, it's a knee-jerk reaction sometime more than anything.
Because you're still in the heat of the fight.
Yeah. It's just like, when they cut The Rock the other day and The Rock said, "Don't cut me, damn it."
I think you said it a little more colorful than
exactly
that.
my point. Exactly. But what I'm saying is that right there is, I feel like, it's a knee-jerk reaction more than anything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's always interesting to see. Now, the other thing I wanted to get you to weigh in on is I think this woman who I'm about to bring up is doing some of the best work.
Rhea Ripley.
No, well, of course.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
I was just trying to get
No, she's doing some of the best work
Okay.
on television without doing much of anything, which I've heard you talk about on this show. The art of wrestling is like the art of doing nothing at times, right? And Chelsea Green is finding a way to be on the shows, all over the shows, in multiple segments sometimes, and not doing a whole hell of a lot. She had an interaction with Jake. Well, I say interaction. She got put down real quick by Jade Cargill on Monday Night Raw pretty fast. But what do you think about what Chelsea Green has been doing on television? Because I think it's excellent, and I think people could learn from it.
It's art, man. It's art to know how to stay on television, and people can they could talk about Chelsea Green and say certain things, but what I talk about with young people in this business, that television time is worth its weight in gold. It really is. And if you can, just like R-Truth, that television time is worth its weight in gold. He's solidified himself, and that's what Chelsea Green is doing. She's finding a way to get on television, and if you do that enough, you may find your way into a spot. One thing I talk about with young people and trying to find their way onto the show, and a lot of times they're waiting on the writers to write something for them, and I tell them, I was just talking to one of the guys, NXT guys, just yesterday. I say, if you're waiting on the writers to write something for you, you might write your ass right out of this business.
Yeah.
So you better do something. You better trigger them to look at you a certain way. So that's going to be on you at the end of the day. And I think that's what Chelsea Green is doing a great job at right now, is keeping eyes on Chelsea.
Chelsea Green.
Yeah, so all of that.
That's another one of the things that WrestleMania was special. What was made special by WrestleMania. They added some new production elements to it, but I think Samantha Irvin, she's been getting a lot of props on social media recently.
She's good, man.
Even from Michael Buffer, said that she helped make those moments feel more special.
I'm gonna tell you, man, she is really, really good, man.
She's awesome.
Her voice carries, man. She's got such a it's elongated. It makes you just want to get into the action. She is so damn good, and I just wanted to give her some props, man. I mean, seriously, she is that good.
He makes the moments feel big.
No. When she did when Cody said, "I want to hear it one more time,"
She's like, I got you.
And she just went into it, man. And I swear, I almost could see it all the way down her throat because she
Like
was
the
that
passion.
oh my God, man. She was so deep into it. And I was like, I think that was the first time I really noticed her. And I go, damn, she's really good.
Yeah.
It's one of those moments.
She stuck out definitely during WrestleMania, even during her emotional announcement of announcing Cody Rhodes as the new champion. I don't know if you saw that. She was breaking down into tears because of the emotion of the moment.
Yeah.
And it just showed the art of professional wrestling. But she's somebody who captures, like I said, the big moment and makes you feel an announcement in the same way that I actually am a little bit more preferable to Bruce Buffer
I know you was gonna say that
over Michael Buffer. But even like
he's more antics.
but he's more like
he's more passion.
The passion, right?
You know, Michael Buffer's passion too, but he's just more in a gentlemanly like way.
Yeah, a little bit more subdued with
it's boxing, man. It's pugilism. It's not a barbaric sport like the UFC. We gotta take a break. We gotta take a break.
We gotta take a break.
Stick around. You are inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes and caviar dreams, man. Stick around. And it's Booker T, 6-time world champion, my man Brad Gilmore from Manscaped. The Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is here. And let me tell you, it's got futuristic tendencies included in this bundle, guys. Brand new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose and hair trimmer, and essentials aftercare products like the Crop Soother, the Ball Aftershave Lotion, and the Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, and 2 free gifts. Oh, yes!
That's right, Book. Their 5th generation lawnmower features 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. And did I mention? It's waterproof too. Manscaped, they did us a favor, Book. All the listeners of the Hall of Fame, and they threw in 2 free gifts. The Boxers 2.0 and the Shed 2.0 toiletry bag. Resolutions may come and go, but a well-groomed you is here to stay with Manscaped's latest and greatest.
Yeah, and start the new year off right, because when you look good, you feel good. Manscaped help you sculpt the best version of yourself for the year ahead. New year and new you, and definitely a new trimmer. Manscaped got your grooming resolutions covered. Guys, get 20% off and free shipping with the code Booker at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code Booker. Happy New Year to your balls. Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. I see we got super chatters coming in, man. We're going to get to all of you guys before it's over with. I know you got a little bit more you want to talk about NXT, anything?
Yeah, well, here's the other thing from NXT. There are a couple parts that I wanted to highlight, definitely. The Wolf Dogs had that, their swan song, for lack of a better term. Bron Breakker, I saw, his speech to the WWE NXT universe.
Yeah.
And that he's wrapping things up down there.
It's finished.
But Braun, and tell me if you agree with this, was a quintessential, in AEW they talked about like the 4 pillars, right? The 4 young people who kind of made the company was built around, or what have you. Braun is one of those pillars of this new version of NXT, in my opinion. He came in with a lot of hype. We knew his lineage, we knew his background, but we've actually seen him grow literally in front of our eyes on television, from, someone who had a lot of raw talent to someone who's now been refined and is a little more polished with it, but still has that that old school ruthless aggression, for lack of a better term, about him. I think that Braun has sky the limit potential.
I can say this about Breakker. Man, this kid, he didn't get it handed to him or anything like that. It wasn't given to him. He really had to work his ass off to actually get the people behind him from a perspective to where they forget about who his dad is and who his uncle is. That right there is something for me. I got to get his kid props on. not having the name Steiner to fall back on, but Bron Breakker,
his own brand.
And I don't know if you remember me saying this about this kid. I say, but if this kid is good enough, people are gonna forget about that. They're gonna be the only thing they're gonna think about is Bron Breakker. And I see him now, and he's a star, man. He's truly a star. I was talking about him on the show last night, and I was comparing him to his dad and his uncle, and how he's a hybrid between both of them. He's got the speed and the quickness of Scott, and then he's got that raw dog in him. I know I always use that term. That Rick brought to the table, and because Rick was just no nonsense. I was just listening to him on the way here. He's talking on the podcast, and he was talking about how Conan had rubbed him the wrong way, and at the last, Nitro, he just stiffed him a little bit, just a little bit. I knew it was the last night. I knew it was over with, so I just stiffed him, So
he's been waiting for that. Good Lord.
Point, you know what I mean? So for me, I see so much in Breakker. That it's his uncle and his dad, a lot of those same qualities, man. But yeah, man, this kid is he worked his ass off for it. Big props to Breakker.
Yeah, it's funny, when we were at NXT Stand and Deliver, I was looking out in the stands and I saw a lot of young people there, a lot of kids, there with their parents or whatever. And when Bron came out, they're doing the whoo whoo, they're barking like the dog.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they have no idea, that's homage to Rick Steiner, because now Bron has established himself and made his own identity and made his own brand, that people just assume that's something that he started with, which is cool. You know what I mean? Like, he's paying homage to his dad, obviously, always, but people think it's him now. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with Bron on the main roster. I think there's a lot of interesting matchups for him, and I can't wait to see it. And here's the other thing I want to ask you. Do you think, and I know you don't like to write the show, so I'm not going to ask you to write it, but I'm asking you, do you feel like Roxanne might be going up to Raw or SmackDown? She called her shot. Yeah. She said, you don't have to worry about seeing me soon. I'm going to be in the draft. I'm going to Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's a high probability that we may be losing Roxanne Perez, and she may be going to the main roster, because she's grown, man. She's grown like so much in this last, couple of years. Her career has skyrocketed. She's done so much in NXT, and now she's a 2-time NXT Women's Champion. The only thing she can do now is, stick around for a little while and win that North American Women's Championship, and just to have that one under the belt, But no, it's time for her to, lead the nest. It's like when the Usos was here, and it finally got to the point where I was like, man, y'all got to get the hell out. Y'all got to go. Y'all got to get out of here, So it may be like that for Roxanne Perez right now.
Let me ask you this about that NXT Women's North American Championship. Have they announced the brackets already? Were they announced last night? No. Let me ask you this. If you were to say, hey, these are a couple names who I think would be a great NXT North American Women's Champion, would it be someone like a Sol Ruka? Would it be someone like a JC Jane? Would it be someone like a Jada Parker? Would it be someone like a I don't know. I mean, who do you see with that?
You know what, man? I'm really, as much as I talk on television, I'm really impressed with Fallon Henley.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed with her, man. I mean, she's got the goods, man. She is so fluid in the ring. And I know I talk trash on television, but Fallon Henley has the goods, man. She is top notch as far as her performance goes. She can go in there and really, tell you a story that you can really, really buy with any of the females in the division if just given a chance. I'm really saying that just because I can spot talent when I see it. And so for me, if she slipped on a banana peel and became the first North American Women's Champion, it wouldn't be a surprise to me. Not at all.
Fallon Henley. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I want to see who Chad, who do you think should be the first NXT Women's North American Champion? There's so many names too. Yeah. There's a few others, and you know who?
It's a plethora of girls that could, women that could actually go out there and get this done. But like I say, Fallon's she's been there. And she's seasoned enough, and I've actually watched the growth, and just watching her as of late, when she comes in and performs, she performs at a very, very high level. I can't take that away from her.
So we have a couple people who are saying their picks, but I also have to highlight somebody who's in the chat with us right now, a throwback, Mr. Jerry Bo.
Oh, yes, Bo, baby.
We were just talking about you the other day, Jerry.
We was in Vegas, baby, and I put down a bet, and I was thinking about Jerry when I did it, man, because Jerry all about putting the dollars down, man. Let me place a bet, and guess what? We won.
We did.
Baby.
We hit on the bet.
We won big time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It was money, man. It was greenbacks all over the place, man. I just wish I had put a little bit more down. But
you and I both.
You know, it's like that, like the song, shake it real fast, get a little mo. Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I was thinking about.
You're thinking about the money, or you're thinking about
both of them? Both of them.
Okay, I got you. I don't know if you've seen on Instagram, but Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla have a new record out.
Is it shake it real fast, get a little more in
well,
there?
yeah, they're making every woman on Instagram shake it real fast.
Well, I gotta check it out. I gotta check it out.
We'll watch it during the break.
You know, journalism purposes.
For journalistic purposes, of course. We have to. Much love, Jerry. I hope you're doing good, my brother. Okay, before we get to our super chats, because we only have one more segment, it's our show today. What do you think? Do you think that there really is? I know we hinted at it a little bit on Monday. I know there's a controversial topic. Do you think there's any benefit of this all-in footage that we're going to see on AEW?
Excuse me. I want to see it.
I mean, look, am I curious? Sure. But I'm wondering.
You know what? You know what? I want to see exactly what frightened Tony Khan.
I want to see that too.
Within an inch of his life.
He was afraid for his life.
Oh man, you don't want to see that?
No, of course I want to see it. But this is what I want to ask, because let's say, because what CM Punk said happened. This is out of his mouth, so I'm not talking out of school here. He said to Ariel Helwani, he went up to Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy said, "Do something about it." And Punk said, "I didn't hit him. I just choked him a little bit," which is really one of the underappreciated lines from that thing. I just choked him a little bit. It wasn't a big deal. I just choked him a little bit. So if that is what they're going to show happened, because they fired him with cause, right? So maybe putting his hands on. I know this is a touchy subject, but let me just ask you this. Mm-hmm. If that's what happened, how does that help AEW? Do you know what I mean? Like how does I just don't get how any of this helps them. It sounds petty to me.
See, you missing the point.
What's the point?
Brad, you're missing.
What's the point?
You're missing the point.
What's the point?
The point is, we might hit over 1 million views tonight.
Oh, for 1 week?
Who cares? Who cares if it's 1 week or not? That interest in the show is, I think, what people are going to be thinking about from that side. If they're going to do something like that, if you're going to pull that card right there, you're only thinking about one thing. You're thinking about getting people that are interested in Punk to watch your show. Wait a minute. Am I Manny? Am I missing something here? I was just wondering. Nah, Manny said I'm not missing anything. So
because I know we have about a minute, but Alex, this is the same thing Alex Cosentino says. He says, "What's the upside of Tony Khan reliving the past and showing footage of the Punk scrum? He seems like such a goof. Punk is going to be even more over." Doesn't it shine? And to Alex's point, doesn't it shine a light on somebody in the other company?
You know what? It might. It really might. Look here. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. You asked me a question. Why?
No, I'm asking you a question.
Perhaps. Why is he doing this? I'm saying the reason he's doing it is because we got to get some views on this show, guys. The numbers are going down, and they're going down like the Titanic. We got to do something.
I don't know if they're going down.
We just hit an iceberg. Damn it.
I don't know.
So, guys, stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We're going to wrap this up in a minute. We'll be back.
2 long years I've waited for my return. 2 long years I've been training, growing, and doing whatever it takes to get better, to become faster, stronger, deadlier. Finally, I make my return to reality of wrestling. The last time I came, I plowed my way through. This time, I'm coming for a fight. So be prepared. My name is Shauna, and I come with the spirits of the Pahlawan Malayu flowing through my veins, and I shall lay waste to anyone who stands in my way. And this is a prophecy.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. Everybody's going crazy about what's going down on Dynamite. They say they're going to drop that TMZ style footage. You know what I'm saying? Where you just see a camera, posted somewhere and catch you doing. That's what it's going to be.
That's what it's going to be. No audio. It's going to be grainy.
Going to be a little grainy. Somebody might splash some water, and it's just to have some special effect. Hey, no, look here. Look here. Are you going to be watching?
Yes.
Are you going to be watching?
I want to see what happens.
Are you guys going to be watching?
They probably are.
Hell yeah, y'all going to be watching.
But we've had an awesome podcast. We're going into our last segment of radio show. But I see the headlines now. Booker T says AEW is going down like the Titanic. That's what they're going to say, right? You know that, right? Like everybody watching, like as soon as you said it, I'm like, oh, headlines. I see it.
Wait a minute.
I see it everywhere.
Wait a minute, did I say that?
You said that. You said, or the other headline's going to be Booker T says AEW hits iceberg. It's going to say one or the other. It's either going down like the Titanic or hit an iceberg.
Look here. Let me retract those statements. I don't want anybody to think. Now, you know what? No, I'm serious though. To put some footage out like this, it's kind of desperate. It really is.
Can I say this without being offensive? It seems like later stage, like WCW. When WCW started losing to the WWF and they started doing whatever.
No, it's a desperate move to actually show that footage. Because I don't know
if that's the footage we get.
If it's a ploy, that's even worse. You know what I mean? Because I don't think you really need to have people biting on something like this. That's worse than me talking about CM Punk. People biting on it.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
So, guys, stick around. We'll see exactly what it's going to be. But we got a lot of super chats.
We do have a lot of super chats. So let's get to them. This first one comes from John, who John says, cheesy shepherd's pie or buffalo mac and cheese? I got to go buffalo mac and cheese.
I think
cheesy.
I think that's shepherd's pie, right? That's
cheesy shepherd's pie.
Yeah, I like the shepherd's pie, man.
I know you're a shepherd's pie fan. So is my wife.
Man. That shepherd's pie be hidden, man. So I'm gonna go with the Shep.
Okay, the Shep, and there we go. Some Ganda Chanko says, who is your current Fave 5? Can you speak on how important Bron Breakker has been for NXT? We did talk about that earlier. Man. And he's a future Heyman guy also, some Ganda says. Now, that'd be an interesting combination between the two of them. But what do you think? Who's your Fave 5? You said Noam Dar's in it.
Said Noam Dar's in my Fave 5. Of course, Ilya Dragunov's in my Fave 5. Bron Breakker, is going to be on my Fave 5.
Roxanne for this performance last week?
Roxanne Perez is definitely in my Fave 5. I would say who would top it? Who would be that fifth pick? Trick Williams. Trick Williams would be the rounded off at number 5.
Number 5. I love Trick. Whoop that Trick. Get him. This comes from also some Ganda Chanko. One more match: Booker T versus Trick Williams.
Nah, man. Nah.
Oh no, it says Booker T and Trick Williams versus who?
Oh, okay. Against Mello and who gets Mello
and Kurt Angle. You already said
Mello and Kurt Angle. Yeah, that'd be it.
That'd be a hell of a match.
Yeah.
That'd be a hell of a match. Let's see. This from M Music. Booker T, it was good seeing you at WrestleCon. It was a bonus seeing Brad. Oh, yes, I did run into M Music. Seeing Brad after Stand and Deliver, Brad was getting the celebrity treatment. Everyone wanted to take a picture with the boat. I did. I took several pictures at NXT.
What?
I took several.
What the hell's going on right here?
I took at least 12 to 15.
People going, are you people nuts?
And you know what, too? Here's the other thing. I was parking at Lincoln Financial Field, and on the walk in to WrestleMania, several people stopped to talk about the show, wanted to take a couple photos and talk about how much they love the Hall of Fame podcast. So we appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all, man.
And appreciate you, M Music.
Thanks for recognizing.
M Music came down to the last reality wrestling show, if memory serves me correct. And tell me where you came from, M Music. I forgot where your hometown was.
It's a beautiful, beautiful team. It's a beautiful team.
Callie Toenail said, BT, a while ago, we spoke about cussing in wrestling, and you didn't see it necessary, and people should know how to change their levels. Now, WWE is dropping bombs, even on commentary. Do you feel the same as before about it? You know, The Rock ushered in some profanity, but then I think Paul Heyman probably took it up to another level, and then Pat McAfee was dropping some S-bombs on commentary.
You know what? Drew McIntyre.
And McIntyre.
McIntyre. I think he called everybody a bunch of pricks.
He did. He called Damian Priest a bondage undertaker.
You know what? I'm not for a lot of I'm not for a lot of profanity on television. I'm really not. But if it happens, it happens. Certain people are going to go out there and do it. The Rock, he's taking it to another level as far as his performances. So I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna sit here and say, nah, you shouldn't do it at all. Just because it's wrestling, it's to be embellished.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's times and places for it. Just like there's times and places to use a chair. There's times and places to, have blood in a match. There's times and places to have a lot. I mean,
everybody's not doing it.
Everybody's not doing it, but not everybody can get away with it either.
Yeah, exactly. That's true too.
Not everybody can get away with it. Certain guys go out there and they start dropping F-bombs.
Well, I mean,
they're going to come back.
No, it's a pecking order. It really is. I mean, you got to be at a certain level and a certain stage in your career before you can go out there and get away with that kind of stuff. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, absolutely. This one comes from John JID 999. This footage segment on AEW just leaves a bad feeling in my stomach. Nobody wins from this. Only the fans who already watch even know it's happening.
Well,
I think it's a bad idea.
Well, I tell you what,
we don't know what it is yet.
No matter what, you know what, it's not gonna endear those Punk fans that still watch AEW to stick around and want to be a part of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna run those Punk fans off more than they want to keep them around. Just the thing is, just talking about CM Punk from that side over there, it's a bad look for those guys, because I would imagine there are still a lot of CM Punk fans that still watch that show and go support it.
Yeah,
and so it's like, having a favorite baseball player and, he's getting that CM Punk treatment, and it's like, wait a minute, I still like this guy. You know what I mean? Just because he's not here with the city anymore, don't mean I want to bash him. You know what I mean? And I think that it's just a bad look for AEW to even be thinking or talking about CM Punk.
Let me ask you this from a locker room perspective. Let's say back when you were in WCW, I'm just throwing something out there. God rest the Macho Man. But say Macho Man went off on Bischoff, okay? And, he smacked Hogan or something, right? And they fired Mach. Mach went back to WWE. And then Bischoff came out and aired the footage on TV. Don't you think, like, in the locker room, y'all would all be looking at each other like, well, if they're going to do that to the Macho Man, like, am I said, like, if I get into something, are they going to put out stuff about me? Am I treated? You know what I mean?
It could have that feeling that connotation. You can feel that way. It's definitely not going to make you more endeared to wanting to be a part of that company.
That's what I mean. Yeah. And then what about a free agent? Are they looking at that?
I really think it's just a bad move for them. Like I say, to be talking. CM Punk was doing an interview and he was talking about leaving the company, and his gripes, some of his gripes, whatnot, and perhaps some of the stuff he said about Tony Khan is the reason why Tony Khan feel like he has to snap back and do something. I don't know, but like I say, the best comeback is to just pretty much just let this thing ride and think about what you got going on. But it's definitely not a good look for AEW.
I don't remember when Punk had the situation with WWE 10 years ago. I don't remember him walking. I don't remember them 8 months later showing footage of him walking out. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think they addressed it once on television and then they moved on. To me, I think it's, you're just belaboring stuff in the past, and it's just not a good look. This one comes from Alex Cosentino. Meltzer said, oh my goodness, you could almost end the super chat at that. Meltzer said you got your first WCW championship due to a racial lawsuit. I've never heard this before. Is there any truth to that? He seems like a liar. Well, he is a liar. Everybody knows that. Dave Meltzer obviously is a big liar, and recently he's gotten a lot of things wrong. And I don't have a lot of respect for the things that Dave Meltzer says, especially in relation to some of the things that he said to you.
I can tell you this. I don't think that's true, because I wasn't ever a part of a racial lawsuit in my career. And the last time Dave Meltzer ran into me, we had a conversation. And I'm going to tell you right now, the next time I see Dave Meltzer, we're going to have another one.
Boom. Can't say anything better than that. And it's not true. Elijah Vinn, it would have been awesome if you would have returned at WrestleMania. It would have been awesome if you would have returned at WrestleMania.
Hey,
yeah,
man.
you could have been part of that, about that ending.
Yeah, never say never, man. Never say never. Maybe next year. We'll see. I'm getting in shape. I'm getting ready to perhaps have another match at Reality of Wrestling. And the next time y'all see me, guys, I'm going to be ripped.
Well, there you go. We have one more super chat here. J Mercedes 7_ says Rock handed Cody a lighter because clearly the bloodline set Cody's bus on fire. It was a hit. This could have been a great way to blur the lines. Yeah, I don't know if you know that. Cody's bus on the way to WrestleMania did catch on fire. I mean, they could have brought real life into the story, but that would have been, I think, a little strange.
Never know, man.
Well, we don't know. Maybe it is a lighter.
Never know.
You couldn't know. We don't know. The thing is, we don't know.
Look here. I'm sure we're going to find out.
We are.
I'm sure we're going to fifind out. Guys, just sit back and enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. And enjoy Reality Wrestling. We got a big show going down this weekend at 9300 Emmett Flowery Expressway. Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena, man. It's already sold out, but we got some general admission seats. And if you don't get a seat, it's standing room only. We'll get you in here. So, guys, come on down, check it out. If you're anywhere in the Houston and surrounding area, but we got to get up out of here, man. We got to get up out of here, dog. It's been awesome hanging with you, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, Bradley, all the heavy lifting. And like I always say, peace. We out. We love you.